to build a great border wall to stop illegal immigration. I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me, believe me. I'm going to stop illegal immigration and drugs coming into our country, and yes, we will build the wall.
We could spend the whole show playing those clips. It was the one thing Donald Trump was perfectly clear about as he order. On the strength of that promise, above all other promises, he beat 16 other Republican candidates, upset Hillary Clinton, and the Republican Party unexpectedly kept both houses of Congress. Where's the wall, by the way? Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's position is, thanks for the votes, the wall maybe later.
Is the funding of the border wall going to wait until after the midterm elections?
Probably, and that's something we do have a disagreement on. Probably not.
Yeah, probably not, because there's a disagreement. But there's some consensus, too, on the Republican side. Republicans have been able to pursue tons of other priorities. They passed the largest corporate tax cut in history, expanded the H-2B foreign worker program. So who exactly is the Republican Party representing? Voters or a handful of donors? We think you know. Lou Dobbs has spent years thinking about this. He hopes Lou Dobbs tonight on Fox Business. He joins us tonight. I'm kind of speechless to this.
Well, that's the problem. One becomes, I mean, all of this becomes ineffable to describe, to accept, and to deal with, because it is so obviously toxic and corrosive. There are so many sellouts. You know that the Republican leadership in the House and the Senate are made up of simply, acolytes of expediency, and of course, corporate America, the U.S. multinationals, and the Koch brothers, Wall Street, Business Roundtable, and the Chamber of Commerce. And by the time you get through, there's no room for the American people, just 300 million of us. There's no room for the middle class, working men and women and their families. That's why President Trump got elected. The American people sensed the inordinate power and corruption of the establishment, and that's why this anti-establishment president was elected.
But they're proving the point. So a lot of people voted for Trump because they thought, this isn't a democracy, it's an oligarchy, stop lying to me. And now they're proving that it's true. I mean, in a democracy, you would look and say, what's the thing that voters voted for in the last election? Let's try and do it. They're not even trying.
Yeah, they're not trying, and they're doing it rather snootily, I think, as well. I mean, probably not. Dismissive, superior, and oh, by the way, don't even pretend that you belong in the same room as me. Oh, unwashed, says Mitch McConnell. And Paul Ryan, he's talking about a better way agenda to compete, when in fact what they're both saying is we're going to do exactly what Charles Koch says. We're going to keep open borders. We're going to bring across as many illegal immigrants as possible. The middle class be damned. The working man and woman in this country be damned. America be damned. They're not going, even though they've styled it as such, going against Trump. They're going against this country and our most precious values and all that has made us great, and that's our middle class.
So why would people, I mean, apart from the fact the Democratic Party has actually gone off the deep end and is dangerous, leaving that aside, why would anybody vote for Republicans right now?
Right now, there's only one reason. His name's Donald J. Trump. He's the man who won the election. He is the reason the Republicans retained the House and the Senate, and there is no other explanation. And these fools leading the House and the Senate, Tucker, they really have decided that they can do this without Donald Trump. They don't have to affix themselves to the Trump agenda. They don't have to talk about deregulation. They don't have to look at all that he has achieved. This is already an historic president in a year, just over a year and a half in office. It's remarkable.
But the second they get crushed, assuming, let's say the Republicans lose the House.
Yes, as they likely will if they leave particularly Ryan in place.
But they're going to blame Trump.
Of course they will. That's the game. And the American people, that will know the reason. There's a party that's not worthy of their support, not worthy of their trust. There is a president, and this is going to be the great divide, because we are watching oligarchs like the Koch brothers carry out class warfare. Think of this. The Koch brothers, who've been synonymous with the Republican Party, are conducting class warfare against the middle class, the foundation of the country, working men and women, and saying, the hell with you, we can bring in illegal immigrants. We're going to arbitrage labor costs just as we've been doing around the world.
Lou Dobbs, not a word mincer.
No, sir.
Great to see you.
Great to see you, Tucker.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Philadelphia's mayor is putting his citizens at risk for the sake of protecting criminals in the city. That's next, live from New York. Stay tuned.
Psoriatic arthritis